Guys, welcome back to some Gilded Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the shop, and I really want to break this down because I get a ton of questions when it comes to what we should buy in Gilded Guardians. When should we buy it? So I did also start a new account, which I'm going to have a Warrior Guild pretty soon. Of course, this account is going to stay in Correctos. Love exactly where we are, but I started a really basic free-to-play account to see exactly the changes and everything they've done to this game. And it's really smooth with all of the additions, all of the changes that they've done. But I want to break down the shop, and I want to start and break it down in its entirety so we have the complete guide. Looking at the equipment upgrade, this is what it drops to. No reason to buy this. Most of the time, you're going to have enough equipment stones to build them up. And of course, through progression, you're going to get these on a regular basis. No reason to buy these. And of course, they're super limited. But most of the time, you're not going to have the guild or the gold to go ahead and build these up. So unfortunately, it is not going to be there. Now, summonings, this you could kind of take with a grain of salt. With the summoning stones, you are only going to get some of the very basic heroes. You're talking really the core 1 or the Gen 1 heroes. So it is pretty basic. A lot of the heroes that are best in slot in this game, you cannot purchase through stones. You cannot acquire through stones. There are only certain heroes that you can actually get with these stones at this point, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Looking at the Guardians itself, these are two heroes you get pretty easy. No reason to go ahead and buy the packs. I actually bought Grind when it came out. Not a big reason to buy it. You'll actually get them through the regular summons. Then, of course, we have the power up. This, not really a big thing. Again, EXP scrolls as it sits today. Most players are catching up a lot, even when it comes to right here with our Wisdom Dust. I've never capped my Wisdom Dust. You do get a little bit of rubies, but not really worth the buy. When you look at the souls, this is where you could definitely pick these up. You will need soul bundles forever. You will need to get these souls forever, which I know, short of buying them here, there's one other place you can get them in a quantity, which again, I'll show you in a minute. And then, of course, the current offers. If you're looking to put anything into this game, which I know it is kind of heavy pay to win, these are super, super good bundles just because they are absolutely dirt cheap, especially when you're starting off in Gilded Guardians. These three are good, which is funny because they always pop up when I log in. And then when I click it, it just says sold out. These have never been refreshed through the months that we have been playing Gilded Guardians. These have never been adjusted and changed. And of course, with the summons in here, if you're spending a couple bucks, you can pick up all three of these packs. Now, the premium ones, this is where it does get a lot more expensive. Again, power chest, not a big reason to pick these up. Even though you do get right here, you do get contains your power stones and some gold. You might be able to get 1 or 2 levels when you start getting into higher tiered gear, which I mean by that is our tier 6, soon to be tier 7 gear. It is astronomically expensive to build it up, and it just takes time. You get a little bit of jump with this, but overall not worth it. Now, Ascension Seals. These, buying them in game as it sits right now, of course, this is how you get your Radiant heroes. This is how you turn them into NFTs. This is how you can sell them when you do have them. Now, when you think of the Ascension Seals in here and the cost, if you are buying them at Erie Store with the Guild of Guardians token, so if you're buying and getting the Guild of Guardians token, they are cheaper because they are discounted in Erie Store. So if you could do a quick search for Guild of Guardians, if you go to their website in the ecosystem, Erie Store is there, or even if you do Guild of Guardians, Erie Store, you will see in there. Now, of course, you do have to move funds to your wallet to go ahead and purchase them, but they are cheaper. You can get the Ascension Seals in Erie Store. Again, they are cheaper. Rubies I would never buy, and I don't buy in any game just for the simple fact you do get a pretty good income, and this is something that they have been adjusting. When Guild of Guardians came out, we got a ton of rubies. Then they cut them down by a lot on how many rubies you got, because of course, then you did get a couple more from the guild. They said this is something that they're going to be adjusting in the future, is how many rubies you get and how many really players go through. If you guys remember the events, you know, Full House and the other ones, when you started buying more tickets, when you started going in there and doing a lot of, honestly, the game itself, it was very expensive, and you spent, and I dropped a crazy amount of rubies in there as well. We scored, I think 184 is about where we landed, but overall rubies I would not buy. Same with tickets. Now, when you look at tickets, there is a much, much easier, cost-efficient way to get them forever, which I'll show you guys in a couple of minutes, but definitely do not buy the tickets. Same with energy. Energy will be refilled in time, and again, we'll look at a way to get this a lot faster. Same with the crafting energy. I would not buy these and do not buy these ever. Guardian, the exact same. Looking at the skill up, looking at the level up, not really worth it. Guardians will get there. Souls are a place, again, getting these could be very beneficial because you will need them forever. Now, calling crystals, These are insane expensive. When you think of calling crystals at a $6 price tag, at the $5.99 price tag, you are guaranteed a hero with 60 summons. So that is what, mathematically $120 to guarantee you getting a hero, which again is pretty expensive. Most of the heroes you can get over on Token Trove or a couple other places for cheaper than you're going to buy these calling crystals. They are very, very expensive. And I'm thinking my math is really off on that one. Because the calling crystals times 30 is $149. Again, guaranteed at 60 would be $300, which again is insane to get JD, because JD is not even running $300, or anyone else for that matter is not running $300. So again, thinking what 10 times would be 60 if we wanted 10 of them. Yeah, that would be $600 if you were getting the 60. My bad, way off on the math. But even the regular summons, like I said, regular summons, you do get this one for free every day. Not worth it, not worth the heroes you get out of regular summons. Even free to play, if you're building these heroes out, you're not only going to need copies of the additional hero, which again, pretty basic heroes when it comes to the summing in here. Even the legendary heroes don't have a huge effect, which again, they do need to adjust, add some heroes, do some things in there to make the free to play players really viable, I guess. And then of course, the limited chests, we do get these. You could pick up some of these just because again, they're relatively cheap. But overall, I feel like the value might not be there for the cost itself. Then we get into the store. The store is things that you can buy in-game with in-game items. This is not the price tag. So looking in here and thinking mathematically, even what we have right here, this is where you have to break it down. So right here, we have 5 summoning stones for 900 of our rubies. We know that one summon costs 300 rubies. If you want 10, it's 3,000. If you're buying these in here, you are getting a massive discount on 5 stones, because essentially for 900 rubies, you could get 3 summons. In here, you are getting 5. So this one is a pretty good buy. But again, this is only if you need heroes. Now, the reason behind and the reason why I picked these up is to sacrifice heroes, and that is it. It is a big churning meat grinder of heroes where we're going through, we're sacrificing there. Even here, 2 stones for 480. We know they run 300 each, so that is going to be, again, a pretty good buy because they are discounted. Power Stones I would not buy. You could get the shards out of here, which again, it guarantees you a hero, but overall, especially rare heroes, not worth it when it comes to the souls. Epic heroes, 250, you're gonna only get 10. You need 60 of these. So again, the multiplication factor of getting those epic heroes and rare heroes, very, very easy to get. Now, Rush Store, getting heroes out of here, do not just focus them and get them out of summons. General offers, again, tickets, wisdom dust, not worth it. Souls are what you want to get. These, again, are the most difficult thing to get. Guild of Guardians has talked about it. They've talked about adjusting it, changing it. They're going to have to do something with it. Arena Store, a lot of players buy gold. Now, this is where a good input of gold comes from. I buy these calling crystals because, again, every single calling crystal we're picking up is going to be a $6 value if they release heroes in the future. So we're talking Salvi, we're talking Tian Long, we're talking about a couple other heroes that are going to be exclusive through the calling crystals, which are a lot more expensive and high valued guardians, especially if you're going in there being able to get them as free to play. Save all of the calling crystals. Again, it is 60 summons at the max to get a guaranteed copy. So I've been buying these out religiously. Epic Guardians, Legendary Guardians, not really worth it. Who could it be? And even looking in here, you don't have a very good shot at the heroes in here. From my understanding, it's only the available heroes that you can get as free to play. It is not Legendary Guardians that can include any and all Legendary Guardians, including the Founder, including the Early, including everything else, which is the same when it comes to the Epic ones. Now, Guild Store, this is the newest refinement stone, is the one that they added. I do not buy them out of here. The reason being, when you're doing sweeping in the adventure, you will get them and you will get them all the time, every day. When you're doing the sweeping, again, this is where I do the summoning stones. Advanced material chests are not worth it. And then, of course, looking here, for whatever reason, they have tier 2 gear, which we're founding, and we have tier 6 gear. This is just absolute garbage, and it should scale with level or scale with tier or scale with where you do get the crafting bench unlocked. Then we get into the Endless Store. This is a place where you can see Legendary gear, Epic gear, and then Season 1, Season 2, Legendary and Epic. This is going to unlock, and this is going to give you the ability to have the exclusive item for a hero. Now, of course, you have the hero. So when you look at Gila, when you look at Freya, when you look at Karuk, Cyrus, those are all heroes that are going to be pay to win only. Those are the founder heroes that you can get. But when you look down here at Atticus and Thorid, Tybor, Oxalis, those are heroes that you can actually get for free when you're going in with those regular summons. Same with the legendary one when you look at Leah and Tevros, Rufus, Tirok. Those are all heroes that are the founder heroes. You cannot get them in the game unless you do buy them on Token Trove, the secondary market. Grizel, Ashwin, and Anira are heroes that you can get here. Now, before, you can see we have 5 of 5 available. What you would have to do is continue buying these over and over and over and over again until you got to the point that you got the one that you wanted out of here. That is no more. With McGruff Store, with Gruff Store, you can actually change the abilities on here to get what you want. And those come from right here. Twisted Stones, of course, is your epic. The Twisted Stone 2 is your legendary. This is where you can change the skills and abilities of those, which means, again, you don't have to go through and you don't have to buy these over and over and over to build and to get the exact output that you want of these. You can change them even in here. Again, looking at Abba, looking at Aurora, looking at Juno. A lot of these are just the heroes that you cannot get in the game unless you're buying them on the secondary market in Token Trove. So it does make a big difference. Now, when it comes to the game itself, there is a #1 priority which sits in the vault, which right now is this one right here, which is our energy, which I believe I can show you in inventory. It is the energy token. So when you look at the energy token itself, right here, Adventure Energy Cap 1, Crafting Energy 14, Adventure Energy Regen plus 9%, Crafting Energy Regen plus 20%, but claim free daily Endless, Arena, and Boss Rush tickets. You're gonna have the ability to get 3 tickets for free every day, which is awesome, including those caps being raised. Now, the energy boosters used to be, again, very, very expensive. As it sits right now, as I just checked out Token Trove, they're running about $8, which I don't know if that's good or bad for the game. I enjoy the game and I like to play the game. I'm not really too worried about the fluctuation of the market price and stuff like that. But energy boosters, if you're looking to play Guild of Guardians, this is 100%, 150% the absolute thing that you want if you intend to play this game. If you intend to be competitive within Guild of Guardians, you do need this energy booster in its entirety. It is literally the biggest game changer that you have. But like we were saying earlier, when it comes to the summons, you can see in here, these are the regular heroes. And looking in this legendary, this is the part that you can get for free, that you can pull out of here, that you can actually summon. This is the reason why we said when it comes to the heroes and doing the summons in here as a free-to-play player, you only have these 7 legendary heroes that you're going to have access to, which kind of sucks because, again, you don't have access to a lot of the other heroes in here, but these are going to be your basic core 1 heroes that you can get. So even looking here in a few, and honestly, the only ones that players usually use out of here, Oxalis, sometimes Grizel, definitely used core 1 heroes. But when you start looking at heroes that are the founder heroes, or even looking, you know, that are founder, I think I have a couple other ones. Like Salvi, we just picked up. This is Generation 1. Again, this is a hero that you cannot summon as of right now. We could see it in the Desired Hero Summons or that Calling Crystal Summons, which actually shows up right below here. That is where, of course, when we had our new healer that just came out, JD was in there, but only with the Calling Crystals, and Callisto was in there as well. And you'll notice, even looking down here, that they have not joined us anywhere to summon. I would love if they put JD in here as a legendary hero. So it would give players that are free to play, that are not putting money into Guild of Guardians, giving them access to a support hero, to a healer, that would really make a big difference, because without having that healer, there's not really many support classes. There's not many healers. A lot of people use Aquarius, which is right down here, which I do have as well. Some also do use the other hero, which is Flix. That's really it when it comes to the support heroes, when it comes to the ability to actually run and make a ton of progression in this game. It's very, very difficult as a player that is completely free to play to Guild of Guardians. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Absolutely wanted to break down the shop again. We get a lot of questions about the shop itself. So again, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.